Hello, wonderful friends. I am back. I've not done a vlog for ages, so I thought I would do one because I felt inspired to. And I'm going to talk to you guys about 3 things that I'm really passionate about that might help some people if they're feeling in a place where they need a bit of help to move forward or to get your mind in a better place or to feel more positive. 3 things that have really, really helped me. And might not get all 3 of them in this vlog, but if not, I'll do another one because I can talk a lot. For those of you who know me well, know that. So the first one I want to talk about is meditation and how much of a difference meditation has made in my life and how it can do that for everybody. So I started meditating probably about 4 or 5 years ago, or maybe even longer actually. I went to a meditation class. It was my brother that actually introduced me to the whole concept because at the time I was in a place where I was really worrying a lot about the future, about the past. My mind was always racing, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. And I just was so not in the moment. And it was really stressful, obviously. And so I went to this meditation class and started to learn about the principles of meditation. I then was recommended the most phenomenal book that changed my life called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And then from then, my kind of journey started within meditating and within the kind of Buddhism spiritual world. And it's just been phenomenal. I can't tell you the difference it has made to my life and how different a person it's made me. In the last year and a half, I've really, it's gone even further because I was recommended an amazing app called Headspace, which is a free app for the first 10 days, and then you can subscribe if you like. And it's something that I've actually used to help me. So it's a really good tool to kind of keep you accountable. And I've used it for over a year now. So, well, I've actually used it for a couple of years, but I've meditated every single day for nearly a year and a half, which is phenomenal. Because I'd never done that. One of my things that I would always find difficult was being consistent with it, doing it every single day. But it's great because it's an app and it tracks you, and then you get like prizes if you do a month, you do 3 months, you do 6 months, you do a year. So it's a bit like you're playing a bit of a game with yourself. So anyway, that app has completely helped me in my meditation practice. And it's got really great hacks on meditating on different subjects within life, like kindness, compassion, stress, anxiety, sleep, everything, you know, from kind of happiness to then things that you need to work on more. And it's really kind of hard to explain what it does for you, but because it's such a simple thing, and sometimes people think like meditating is sitting down and clearing your mind, but it's not. It's actually sitting down and working on your breath, like being aware of your breath and being aware of the thoughts, because we're only human, they'll never go, but letting them go. So, you know, being aware that those thoughts are there, but also being aware that you can literally notice them and let them go. So it's really the process of detachment from your thoughts rather than getting rid of your thoughts. And it's just made the biggest difference to my life, as I said, in so many different ways. It's made me, the purpose obviously is to make you present and to make you realise that life is now. There was never any time when life wasn't now, and nor will there ever be. And so it really helps you to bring it back to the now. And what that does is it helps you to stop worrying about the future, stop worrying about the past, stop worrying about everything you've got to do because you've only got the now. And I've had a couple of amazing conversations in the last couple of days with friends and some people in my team who've really helped me to remember this as well, because it's so easy to forget in our busy lives. But it helps you in your busy life because actually if you're present when you're meditating and you're aware of your breath, that then filters into every other area of your life. So you're present when you're working, you're present when you're with your family, you're present when you're with your friends, with your partner, with your children, doing whatever else you're doing, and you're not worrying about everything else you've got to do. And it's the simplest thing, but it's the biggest thing. Like, I can't actually express how passionate I am about it and how much of a difference it has made to my life, which is why I want to pass that on, because it really is the most phenomenal, simple thing that can make the most difference in your life. And so what it does then, as I said, is it helps you be in the moment. So I was quite a nervous, anxious person, even though I might have not have always come across as that. I worried a lot. It's literally, you know, obviously I'm still human and that still happens, but as soon as I remember to come back to the present, it falls away. It's like all those things piled up on my shoulders. As soon as I remember, like, life is now, it goes, and I let go and I relax and I kind of surrender to the now. And it's just the most powerful practice, because then in so many other areas of your life, obviously in every area of your life, I have become more calm, I've become more present, which has meant that my relationships are much more strong and much more kind of meaningful, because I'm listening to people, I'm in the moment with them, I'm not worrying about what else is going on. I'm much less anxious and stressed. I don't worry about the past or the future. I think about them, I plan them, the future, I get excited, but then I live in the moment. It's made me, as I say, just much more happier in turn, because all of those things together, being calmer, being less stressed, being less anxious, being more present, being more focused because you're in the moment and you're working on what you've got to do at that time, is all of that in turn makes you a much happier person. It also makes you more kind and compassionate, which is the biggest thing about meditation as well, is that that's the purpose of it, is to realize that we are all one, and that we're all we're all human beings, are all mankind, and sometimes we have this wall up against each other and we think people are totally different, but actually we're all just the same and we're all part of the big picture. And so it helps you to be really kind and compassionate and understanding of others as well, and in turn, again, that really strengthens relationships and helps build incredible friendships and relationships. So in all of that, ultimately people make the world go round, and if you can have incredible friendships and relationships, then a lot of your life will bloom and flourish as well. And so all of those things, as I said, together, calmness, serenity, like less stress, less anxiety, more being in the now, better friendships, better relationships, more focus in my work, more in touch with who I am, kind of deep down, and what my purpose is and what I want to do, because meditating really helps you, sounds really cheesy, but it really helps you find yourself and find your true self and find your source and what it is that makes you tick and what makes you happy and how you want to move forward in life. All of that in turn makes you a happy person. And obviously we're still human, and you're going to have like ups and downs, and it's totally normal to not always feel like on cloud nine. But I would just highly recommend, if you haven't ever meditated and you've never tried, try Headspace. It's such an incredible, easy app. It's actually the biggest, most popular app in the world nowadays. And some people think an app for meditating, like that sounds a bit like kind of counterproductive, because it's about being in the moment and maybe like detaching and turning off technology. But for me, it's a perception, and I think it's made meditation accessible to the masses, and I think that's a brilliant thing, because I think before I discovered Headspace, I didn't have a format, I didn't have a system that I could use to help me, and I didn't know exactly what I was doing. But it's this has really helped me. It's teaching me a lot about the skill. And the guy Andy Puddicombe, who started it, he was actually a monk in Tibet, but he's an English guy, and he went to be a monk for 10 years. So he's an incredible teacher, and so it's it's how you think about it, but I think it's awesome, because I think it's made it accessible to the masses. Masses, hilarious. And it's also made it accessible to the masses, and made it a kind of more of a, I don't know, just something that is more kind of accessible. I keep saying that, but there's no other way I can describe it. But I love it, and I would highly recommend it. Headspace.com, amazing. I'm not doing an advert for Headspace, by the way. It's just helped me a lot. But meditation in general, so find what works for you. Also, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Life is Now is one of my favourite quotes. It's got what I've got actually tattooed on my foot. And A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle are two of the best books I've ever read, and I'd highly recommend them. And I just think in general, life is there to be lived and there to be enjoyed. And if you can find ways to make it more enjoyable and make yourself happier and, become the best version of you, then do it, so I think it's not thinking about it as in a way of I don't need that, because in my opinion, everybody needs to meditate, and actually if you start doing it, and you'll really feel the benefits. So that is all I'm going to say for just now, because affirmations and gratitude is probably another 10 minutes, and that's 10 minutes already. So thank you guys if you've been watching. Thank you for listening. Get on to the meditation. It is the most wonderful thing. Helps you be present, helps you enjoy all the small things as well. And it's just, amazing. So namaste and have a great day.